they don't always work. Oh my god, nobody told me about this. It just gets kind of annoying after a while.
You got it, girl, you got it. Yeah. Pretty little thing, you got it banging, now you body. You just took it off the line, no.
Hey y'all, it's your girl MV Goldie. Welcome back to my channel. In today's video, I'm going to be telling you guys the 5 worst things about being a DSP. I made a video about the 5 best things. If you haven't watched it, I'll be linking it up in the eye. But today we're going to be talking about the 5 worst things about being a DSP. So before we get into this video, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. Turn on my post notification bell so you'll be notified every time I post. Tell a friend to tell a friend, and let's just hop right into this video. So the first worst thing about being a DSP, everybody who works as a DSP knows this is the worst thing about being a DSP. The pay. the pay. Oh my goodness. DSPs are so overlooked because many people don't consider us to be like healthcare professionals, but we really are. We're actually caring for people's lives. I don't know why we're so overlooked in the healthcare industry. Being a DSP is so much more than companionship, and I think that's where a discrepancy comes in. It's more closely related to home health aid than it is being a chaperone. You know, most DSPs in my state, first of all, minimum wage in my state is $9.75. Now with that being said, most of the DSP jobs that I see are paying $11 or $12 an hour. Come on, not for us to be caring for people and getting $11 or $12 an hour. Like, it's crazy. My job that I have right now pays $13.25. I think this is the highest paying DSP job that I've found so far. If I find something that pays more, I'm definitely gonna, you know, check out. Yeah, I mean, my job is pretty cool, but the pay is just so low. Like, people have to live off of these salaries, and it's just not giving. It's not giving what it's supposed to give. Like, I don't know. The second worst thing about being a DSP, if the management is bad, don't work there, sis. It's gonna stress you out. Bad management crumbles down. It really does. It crumbles down, and it just makes your job horrible. And I wouldn't advise you stay anywhere that has bad management. For example, at my last DSP job, the management was kind of like all over the place because the company was fairly new, and it just crumbled so much, like to the point where managers were blaming DSPs for their mistakes, and it was getting a little toxic, you know. So bad management will really make you hate your job. It will make you hate going to work every day. And going to work, nobody actually really enjoys working. Like, let's just be real. So if your management is making you dread your job, you don't need to be there. Your mental health is way more important than a paycheck. And there are other companies that will not, you know, stress you out to that extent. So I would not advise working in a company that has bad management. That, as a DSP, no, we can't. No, I'm just gonna tell you from experience, don't do it. I need y'all, if you're gonna apply to be a DSP, you need to research the company beforehand. Maybe ask people around where you live. You know, if you know anybody who works at the company, ask them, and just kind of prepare yourself for what you're walking into. But if the management is terrible, I wouldn't advise you work there. The third worst thing about being a DSP, some clients are more high function or independent than others. Your job may not always be super easy or laid back if your clients need more assistance with bathing, toileting, etc. Could be a con if you're looking to just work somewhere that's like easy, and you get put into a house where that's not the case, because in those situations you have to be a little more hands-on. So if you're not really comfortable being hands-on, I would say still apply for the job and just tell them that you're not really comfortable being so hands-on with people who need a lot of help, and see if they can work with you. I know sometimes people feel like, well, I'm not gonna apply for a job and then be choosy, but it's not really being choosy. If you're not comfortable doing something, you don't have to do it. And if they don't have anything available, then another company will. I keep saying that because I know that these companies really need help. You know, these companies have a large turnover rate, and a lot of people leave, a lot of people get hired, so they will most likely be able to suit you, and if not, then another company will. Just trust me on this. The fourth worst thing about being a DSP is behaviors. Now, I know it's like it just comes with the job, but clients have behaviors. Behaviors are just kind of like when situations escalate, when they escalate, they're aggravated, they're upset. Everybody gets upset, everybody's human, everybody expresses their agitation or frustration differently. So some clients have behaviors way more than others when they're triggered by certain things. Behaviors can get really bad depending on the individual. Some of my clients, when they have behaviors, they just hit something one time and they're fine. Others will destroy everything, you know, in the room. They'll, you know, push over furniture. Some will try and hit you, so you just have to stand clear of those situations and put yourself in a safe space. Like I said before, you are required to take certain classes as a DSP, and one of them is called MANT training, or at least where I live it's called MANT training. I don't know if that's like a universal term. It's basically how to de-escalate situations and how to return your client back to baseline, which is, you know, normal, like regular behavior is called baseline. If they're starting to just have behaviors, like if they wanted to go to the store and you said, well, I have to take your housemate to the doctor's appointment, so I can take you later. They might not like that answer, they might have a behavior. We can't always prevent behaviors, but if they are preventable, then, you know, obviously it would be in your best interest to prevent them, because it'll make your job a lot easier. But like I said, you have to take a class on how to de-escalate situations as a DSP. I'm not gonna lie, it's easy to say one thing, and then when you're in a situation, those things might not work. They don't always work. You have to just use your own discretion and your own common sense at the end of the day, because all of what they teach doesn't always work, doesn't always happen in real life. At the end of the day, this job just requires so much patience. The fifth worst thing about being a DSP is that many trainings are required, such as administering medication, CPR, MANT, like I said about de-escalating situations, Reliance trainings. All of these trainings are either every year or every 2 years, and let me just tell you, they're so tedious, especially Reliance. Reliance training online is so tedious. You have to do it every single year, and there's like 50 trainings you have to do every year, and they take so long, and you can't skip the little reading passages to answer the questions before. It's just like it takes so long, and it's like by the time you finish, the next year comes around so fast because you have to do it again and again and again and again. I've only been working as a DSP for about 2 years now, and I'm already tired of the trainings, like, but I know there are people who have been in this job for like 10 years and they have to do this over and over and over again, and I'm just like, but I mean, it's good because you forget stuff over time, so they just reminding you of the things that, you know, you already do as in your job. You know, like CPR, I definitely understand the importance of redoing that, but like Reliance training online and like the medication administration, if you're working with the same people every day, you know what I'm saying, I don't think you would have to keep redoing the class. But I mean, it's cool. I know it's like a protocol or whatever. It just gets kind of annoying after a while. Those are the 5 worst things about being a DSP. They're not all that bad, but I would just rather you guys be prepared for what you're walking into than to just think that, you know, everything is just perfect, and then you walk in and you're like, oh my god, nobody told me about this. So I just wanted to be the one to tell y'all and have, you know, just be transparent with you guys. Thank you so much for watching this video. If you have any other questions about being a DSP or any questions in general, feel free to comment them down below. Before you leave, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe, and tell a friend to tell a friend. Also, if you haven't already, click my post notification bell so you can be notified every time I drop a video, and I will see you guys in my next one.